Hopefully all of you are doing well. Or at least as well as you can, eh? Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of people in yet, although that is a consequence of taking a brief break. That, and of course, being a half hour late. The irony of the fact that it would take me a half hour to get to the point to pick up the scrap of paper that we had lost. Not missed, but lost, due to certain death. And having to start a half hour late is not entirely lost on me either. So I'll simply pull that up and read what it said before we get started with the consequence.
That is fair.
I sensed it the moment Marcello triggered the machine. It removed my mind from the core. He thought he'd figure out how to get around me. But he's such a fool. The brain is nothing but matter. My consciousness is omnipresent. I can see them all. Their memories, their thoughts, their fears. And by pulling in so many people, I'll consume them all. From the weakest first, each mind gives me more power to conquer. Where does my world end and reality begin? From now on, that line begins to blur. I can only assume that Marcello had actually attempted to take out Rubik before turning the stem on, but clearly that hadn't quite worked out. The music is paused, and unless you have anything to state, I don't really have any other announcements.
Nothing that I can think of.
Well, I figure it's only fair to give you the opportunity to speak whenever I actually allow you to speak.
Nope.
And, let me throw the game up on Discord. Alright. I've also gone ahead and put a noise filter, a filter rather than a gate, onto OBS. We'll see how well that works. At a minimum, it doesn't appear to be cutting my voice off, and obviously there's already the gain, so that I'm not terribly quiet. We'll see how things go from there.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly haven't heard you cutting out.
Well, that's because you're hearing me through Discord rather than OBS.
I mean, fair enough. It remains true nonetheless.
Yes, I had made sure to set a photosensitivity warning. Alright, let's get started. I'm not sure why I need to set the brightness again. Interesting.
Do your past secrets haunt you? Do you wish to tell them, but something holds you back?
Come back, kid. You have a job to do.
No! Stop! Get away from me!
Stop running.
Is it over? I'm back?
You were a burn victim. No self-respecting hospital would have let you lie down in a bed like that in that sort of dirty, torn-up outfit.
You would certainly hope so.
Leastwise,
Very
without leaving.
unhygienic.
Leastwise, without leaving any sort of a stain on the bed.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this is giving me some flashbacks of Portal 2. Scenic noises of nature, a small square room, a few paintings, and someone
Yeah,
endlessly
kind of.
knocking at the door that we can't see. Well, I say that, but they only really knocked twice.
No, no. Where is this place?
Doesn't this look familiar? And we already have our first safe. This does seem different from the ones we saw prior. Interesting. Not that figuring out how to move it quite matters until we actually have a code.
Mm-hmm.
Unless... Let's load a shot. Would have been fun if we could look in and see Sebastian. Oh well.
Are we awake? Hey, you! What's going on? Where is this place?
I'm afraid I cannot answer that.
Are you kidding me? Ugh, waste of time.
Well, that's quite true. It's been terribly long since we've seen Tatiana. She's even kind enough to let us send her back.
How very kind.
You were moaning in your sleep. Have a bad dream?
Seems we're going to have to produce a few more cracks before we're allowed in there.
Hey! I know you're out there.
Do you have any idea why this world is the way it is? Hate. Hate. Ruvik's hate. The man's consumed by it. He wants out! Wants to get his revenge! He wants back what he feels the world took from him.
Who's that? How does he know about Ruvik?
Well, speaking of the cracks...
Despite our powerful benefactors, with this much collateral damage, it's only a matter of time before people start to take notice. KCPD has been dropping by, a female officer. I don't remember her name. Regardless, the police are not something I should be involved with. Mobius says they will take care of it and make an effort to ensure KCPD leave us alone. Then there is the reporter from the Crimson Post, Ivan. Something or other. He has become a personal annoyance. He barely qualifies as a tabloid journalist, writing cover stories about tales of church sacrifices and other nonsense. But now he's being persistent about the missing patients claim. I'll be damned if he is the man who brings Beacon down. It seems that Reuben could be useful for other forms of problem solving. Perhaps I can interest this reporter in an exclusive interview.
Little did he know that the church actually was indeed sacrificing people. So it goes. It's like we'll be getting a glance into most of this. And indeed, we'll have to in order to get a full picture.
We must have that boy. He will enable us to change everything.
I know. But if Ruvik leaves with him, there must be some way to stop him.
The spotlight stole our cat from us. How rude.
Not the kitty. It's the most important thing here.
Society is wounded.
Everybody else can
People
talk.
are suffering. Hopeless. Just as you were. Before we saved you. Mobius can now do the same for everyone. STEM is a machine designed to connect everyone's subconscious, and whoever is at the center has the power to influence them. There couldn't be a better tool to change the world, to lead. Society needs a curator, and Mobius will be just that, ushering in the next step of humanity.
You don't see any potential issues with trying to pull everyone into a mental machine. Someone still needs to be out there in the actual world taking care of things. There's very little to go off number-wise. Well, we can rule the room numbers out. Ah, here we are. 11, 1, 5.
Leslie!
Leslie certainly
If I'm
didn't
still
stay
here,
for long.
then he must be too.
Although it is interesting that these sunflowers which had showed up also show up after Leslie disappears.
To bad they dragged you into this. But either way, you're mine. To do with as I please.
Sebastian. He must be somewhere else right now. Damn it, he doesn't have anything to do with this.
At this point, I'd imagine he has quite a lot to do with it, one way or another.
Mobius. Something's pulling me back there.
You should find this useful.
You mean the door I just made appear out of thin air? You don't say.
That's normal.
Farewell, Tatiana. Until next time.
While it is theoretically possible for a host to overwrite themselves on a user, the odds of compatibility are astronomical.
But the boy, Leslie, you're saying he's a compatible subject.
Yes, and based on Rubin's notes, the stem should be able to run with Leslie as its source.
I need you to do tests. Determine what must be done to make him the blank slate we need.
He knew what Leslie was capable of. Damn it, why would they hide that from me?
To be entirely fair, they seem to work largely on a need-to-know basis. Although clearly it seems like they wanted Leslie to replace Rubik, and not the other way around. Once more, back into the shadow of Mobius.
We had a STEM terminal here, on the lowest floor. If Leslie's in here with me, he's probably headed there. And that may be my way out of here.
It is both odd and somewhat pointless for these chairs to have physics. Although it does make me tempted to bring one with us.
I mean, what if we need to sit down and we're not at a save room?
Why sit down when we do not have a cat?
It's very true. Is it even worth it?
Well, alright.
I can't get through with the power out. I've got to get things running again.
What cover? This is the hole in the middle of the open. I am wondering where it's gone to. A shame about the flashlight.
No! I can barely see anything in here. Chemical lights. Better than nothing, I guess.
Well, at least we seem to have an infinite number of them. Although it seems like we can only have a temporary. Rather, we only have a number of them that we can throw out at once.
Right.
I hadn't meant for you to kick that, but I suppose it's alright.
There must be a way to get the power back on.
Good thing you picked up so many of these.
Auxiliary power has been activated. Floor security is now rebooting.
I suppose the good news is that now we can see things, including the enemies. The downside is that the enemies can also likely see us.
Yeah. Always a compromise you must make.
Given you and your severe lack of stamina.
Auxiliary power has been activated.
Of course they start us off down here.
Floor security is now improving.
Or a shot. So is there anywhere around here? I suppose there. You perhaps come a little further in this direction. Vacuum. Classic employee lounge with a single microwave. You gotta go, you gotta go.
Systems were previously shut down incorrectly. Each terminal requires manual restoration. Please be patient.
This isn't the time to make me wait.
She says immediately before sitting down to wait on a cat.
Look, there are certain priorities. The cat is absolutely the top priority.
Quite a few pins.
Although brilliant, Reuben was quite insane. A compromise of ethics on our part. He seemed motivated, obsessed, with revenge against something never specified. We discovered what he was doing in secret. Torturing. Penchant for traps. A serial killer masquerading around as a scientist.
Quite frankly, it doesn't seem like you cared very much until you couldn't control him.
As is often the case.
Pathways are shut down until system is rebooted. Thank you for waiting.
Some interesting reused assets. Although it certainly doesn't reflect very positively on the actual Mobius. Depending on how much of this is actually there. And the game just crashed.
Ah, excellent.
Let me verify the files, and then we'll get it right back up. It's a good thing we weren't terribly far from a save. everything's successfully validated, let's go ahead and get back to things. Let's back down the long staircase we go.
Although brilliant, Reuben was quite insane.
At least we don't have to collect that gold trophy again.
There's something.
Pathways are shut down until system is rebooted. Thank you for waiting.
His demeanor has turned far too aggressive and his techniques even more perverse. Da Vinci would dissect corpses to further his anatomical studies, but what Reuben has done goes beyond. Demanding his subjects be aware as he dissects them to truly see how the mind reacts. He's more of a butcher than an artist. But we must remain scientists above all. I had taught him from a young age that the end shall justify the means, but I could not have predicted things to be this extreme. Mobius has learned of his involvement due to my carelessness. I've asked they bring him on board to assist in development. Perhaps offering him better facilities and support will refocus him and stave off his gruesome proclivities.
This is why the Hippocratic Oath is there, F. Doctor.
You took my life away.
And good evening,
Turned me
Mizuki.
into an
Hopefully you're
abomination.
faring well.
Finally, with this machine, I can go back. I can live the life I was supposed to have.
We are forgiving. We are willing to overlook your certain peculiarities for what you can provide us. But you are testing our limits. Our manpower, our resources are not here for your pathetic fantasy. You will reverse the calibration on the machine so we can use it without you.
And what if I say no? You think Jimenez can fix this? You need me, and there's no way around it.
Ruvik. No. Reuben. This was where he was doing his research with us. We were just using him. And I doubt he's the first.
Unfortunately, it appears he's deemed fit to provide a new door for us. What was I going to say? Ah, yes. On one hand, if a man is so integral to a project that you literally need him to continue one way or the other, it's not the best idea to insult any fantasies as trifling or passing or simple. On the other hand, making yourself literally be integral to the system was clearly not a good idea. For anyone involved. While a nice demonstration, I do feel it would have been better if it had been a puzzle, or at least had us move their head around, rather than simply randomly finishing it as we approach. That is a little concerning.
Restoring security clearance. This may take a few moments.
I don't have time for this.
Well, unfortunately, you're going to have to wait.
System ready.
Damn it!
Well, on the bright side, she doesn't appear to be following us. On the other hand, we appear to be in a flesh tunnel. Also, others in this room look terribly familiar. Thus,
Oh shit, it's back!
Certainly does. Not in the same places.
Please enjoy this music while waiting.
You've got to be
run
kidding me.
faster, please.
Oh shit, it's back!
Please enjoy this music while waiting.
You've got to be kidding me.
Well, that almost worked. Although the random music it plays is somewhat interesting.
Oh shit, it's back!
Please enjoy this music while waiting.
You've got to be kidding me. Come on.
Thank you for waiting. Have a productive workday.
Faster, please. Thank you.
Guess I'm all right for now. What the?
This could be a problem.
Is it gone?
Not sure why. Clearly its approach was working. Yes, the blood sprinklers are on. Delightful. And here I thought they were exclusive to that one nightclub in the Blade movie. If a boss fight, they figured everyone would love so much they just had to bring him back for a second go. Ah, the exploding things are back. Great. Can I crawl into any of these? Yes, I can. Well, that went well. Meanwhile, things continue to grow fleshier and fleshier.
As they are wont to do.
Lovely, we've arrived at eyeballs.
What have you done to Reuben? Show me!
Keep your emotions out of this, Jimenez. He brought this upon himself. We gave him a chance.
Where is he?
If you really wish to know, he's in the next room. Come, see.
Well, at least he's seen fit to provide us a new flashlight. Although I'm not sure if it was going to give us an additional flashlight. Well, the inventory only gives us these options, so I suppose no more lipsticks. Well, that's a little gratifying. After all that, I was half worried we were going to run into scrap 3 or 4 or some such. Certainly an interesting room to have for quote-unquote dissection.
Seems unnecessarily elaborate.
Meanwhile, we appear to have two codes. Interesting. Far apart from the same. Question being whether relevant safe is. Activating that will probably boot us to the next sections. Well, I'm not saying anything else, so I'm simply going to have to commit this to memory, I suppose. Which will mostly be that bit at the end, that will be a bit of a problem.
I don't quite know what I'm looking at. What was this for?
There were bits like this previously in regards to a number of safes. It's a code, basically. The ones that remain are the code.
Yeah.
This is despicable. What is this monstrosity?
Despicable? Coming from the man using his own patients to further his own research? The irony of this situation is amusing. But even you must realize what we can do with this.
To be entirely fair, he didn't quite approve of them remaining alive throughout the dissection. And at least they died eventually.
And your assistance is even more necessary than before.
This whole project, from the beginning, it was about deceit.
Correction, it appears, is going to be the code for this.
Done to him, and I am appalled. To think the young boy I mentored is now this. A mass of gray matter in a glorified test tube. Could they have been planning this all along? And what have I become in all of this? They've managed to keep his mind alive by simulating an artificial body. His consciousness is being confined to a mental straitjacket, a gear in their infernal machine. They have even stricken his name and humanity, referring to him by an anagram, Ruvik. A crude joke, as if spitting on his grave. I almost felt the urge to smash the case and end it right there. But my anger was quickly replaced by scientific curiosity. Reuben's legacy will live on. I will spearhead the next step. I will create something of my own out of this tragedy.
Thus, the good doctor unfortunately abandons his moment of moral panic and decides to simply take advantage of the situation.
What you see here is one of the first STEM prototypes.
That sound in the patrol car must have been when Jimenez activated it. Joseph, Sebastian, Oscar, they were all pulled in with me. The stem and beacon, that's where it all started. There must be a way to get out of this world from there.
Meanwhile, that was actually a moment of block programming. I was not running forward or moving faster than normal. If anything, I was moving forward slower than normal, and yet it cut off one voice line with another. Very sad. Thank you for turning the lights on.
some things here that are to remain in the dark. Especially for you, kid. You're asking too many questions, ignoring your mission. Running from responsibility. Just like you always do.
No, that's not true. You don't know me.
That much is obvious. But we need to make sure you do what you're told.
You're lying to me, hiding things. I can't trust you, not like this.
You are not required to trust us. Only to obey.
You see, things like this is why people are turning against you. At least we have Cat. Oh, it's even purring this time.
Adorable.
Given the amount of videos that popped up with, for example, Johnny Silverhand playing a guitar, I wouldn't be surprised if there were any videos floating around YouTube where it's just a few hours of Julia Kidman sitting down with a purring cat.
I don't doubt at all that that exists.
And we appear to have been turned upside down. Alrighty then.
You were assigned to your team for a reason. Castellanos, Oda, they know nothing. But they're searching for answers.
Searching for us, you mean?
One of us. But this may be our chance to remove them. Having all of you in one place will provide us with opportunities.
Alright, so you've gone straight from expendable to, alright, we want to kill them.
Listen, the police department. Why am I here?
At least the police department has a fire extinguisher. Can't entirely read what that blurred text is, considering it has, "Oh man, and you're not going to believe," but I can't imagine it's something that belongs on a SWAT team poster. Meanwhile, 2 new missing posters. Someone I don't believe we recognize without a name, and Pedro Martin and Marta Martin. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
The real question is the bullpen the point of progress, or is it through the interview room? I'm going to assume it's not it. Well, alright. Currently, I'm unsure why they bothered programming in both halves of an interview room, but alright. Sure. Quite a lot more missing posters. Christopher Taylor, Amelia White, a dog, which has a $20 reward. That woman again. Fernando Cabrera. The same missing posters. I'm not entirely sure having duplicate wanted posters is going to help you terribly much. Meanwhile, whoever was blurring this out didn't do terribly good a job. It also means that they either ran a filter or just physically scrubbed it with some sort of a tool in Photoshop. Which bothers me a little bit. Why do you have a picture of Niagara Falls in 2005 in the police department?
How's Lily doing?
Great. Everything's going fine. Just wish my wife would be home more to take care of her.
She barely took maternity leave, huh? One of Crimson's finest, I suppose. She's a great cop in her own right, but we can manage without her for a little longer.
You should hope she doesn't hear you say that, or you'll be out in your ass, Joseph.
This looks like it's way before I got here. Everyone's so much younger. But Sebastian's profile didn't say he was married. Let alone a child.
It's a random interview room. At least this time there's an actual safe in here. short, we can establish it is not 2005. There we are. I feel like that didn't show up when I was originally going through there, although that's perhaps because I didn't focus it. X26. No, 620 is 0. Rude of someone to leave an window open on a rainy day.
Clearly the biggest problem here.
Look, Seb, we need to talk. Going off with your conspiracy theories, you're getting out of control. You don't pull that in front of the captain.
I'm onto something, Joseph. I don't need you hiding shit from me, too.
I'm not, Sebastian. I'm trying to help. I want to help. But you need to think about this carefully. Your daughter, it was a loss everyone on the force felt. But your wife is...
Myra left, Joseph. She left. When we needed each other the most, Myra left me. What would make her do that? I have to know. I don't care what it costs.
His daughter, then his wife? One right after the other? No wonder he always seemed so closed off.
Myra Castellanos. Looks like he has his own little map set up, including the Victoriano estate, Cedar Hill Church, and whatever may be up and to the left there. And also Fernando Cabrera is still missing. Two more locations, well, three more here. Somewhere near Beacon Mental Hospital or Randall, just something or other. I can't make out what that is meant to be.
Julie Kidman? She barely has any experience, and we don't even know anything about her. Send her out canvassing witnesses then. Let her see the streets.
No. She's coming with us. I'm going to train her. She's my responsibility.
Look, I know you say it's personal, and I don't like to talk about it, but we can't have your misplaced guilt leading to rookies slowing us down.
Sebastian. He and Joseph weren't supposed to be involved. It shouldn't have happened like this.
You've been on assignment for a week. How has it been?
Observe and report, just like you ordered. It's surreal to be on the other side after all I've been through.
Any signs of anything?
Nothing yet. I'm not about to be caught snooping around the classified room while I'm still on probation, so I can't get what they have on us.
Just earn their trust. That's all you can do now. It'll take a while, but in the end, they will let you in.
I didn't know all these police officers were characters, though. Guess the tough, hard-boiled detective stereotype is still going strong.
Our reports on Oda are that he doesn't let things slide. So be extra careful around him.
Will do. Though I can't imagine us getting along well.
And Detective Castellanos. Anything you have to share on him?
Seems drunk half the time. but at least he's considerate. Is he really the one people are concerned about? He seems almost harmless.
He is known to get emotional. Just make sure to give him his space. Respect him. As your superior.
Incidentally, and I feel this is a good time to mention this, apparently the game was originally meant to take place in Spain, hence some of the names.
Right, I suppose that would make sense.
October 2005. For looking so much younger, either Sebastian has not updated his calendar, or we haven't actually gone very far. At least they're not making us go through the bullpen every time.
This is Crimson? This can't be real. The light.
A STEM prototype at Beacon.
Beacon. I just hope I can get there before he does.
We appear to be finally outside. Your mileage may vary as to whether or not that's an improvement on anything. Clearly, those were not secured at all. Very poor architectural design. A little late on that instruction. So I suppose you'll just be tagging along for a while. Then goodbye, it was nice knowing you. Feel with a shove like that, where she basically threw her entire weight into them, that would lead to quite a risk of tumbling down yourself. I was wondering that. Fortunately, we can show them. It does not waste the axe we've been granted.
beacon is close. Can't stop now.
I would assume this is meant to be a door that I can go through, but it is not letting me.
I mean, it certainly looks like it would be.
Here we are. Been a while since I've seen a hole camouflaged. It seems obvious when you actually look at it, but it does blend in quite a bit with the rest of the road.
Well, here's where you'll be living. The view's pretty spectacular, huh?
Holy shit. This is different than I'm used to. If you saw where I grew up.
The past is over. You're with us now. Here are the keys. It's yours. You'll have to take care of your own food, clothing, and incidentals. But your bank account has more than enough to take care of that.
So, that's it? What am I supposed to do?
Whatever you desire. But your assignment at the Crimson City Police Department is precedent to everything. You are a police officer, and you must live as such, and act as such.
I don't normally say this, but thank you.
You shouldn't be thanking us. These aren't gifts we provide. You have a very specific assignment at KCPD, and all of this is in exchange for that.
Okay, you're right. Sorry.
Don't apologize. Just show us you can do your job.
Given how many employers nowadays seem to think that them gifting employment is some giant benefit to society, and that you should be thanking them on hand and foot, well...
Yes, that kind of person is awful.
At least they're upfront about the fact that they're using you.
That doesn't make it feel any better.
Well, I was referring to the game, but yes. I believe that's the fastest I've done that type of puzzle. Alright, in go. It's letting me interact with it, so I can only imagine this is meant to do something.
I mean, it's just a vending machine. Maybe you're just hitting it and determining, oh, there's nothing there.
only assume this was how I can only assume this was why I was in that vending machine multiple times.
Yeah, that would make sense. It's like a weird secret trigger. It reminds me of Silent Hill 2's dog ending and just the most random, silly shit appearing in a horror game.
So I can only assume that might have been a shout-out of some kind to Silent Hill. I don't quite recall Resident Evil having any sort of a dance party secret. Or maybe
Certainly not that I'm aware of.
You said I shouldn't be, but I am thankful. I don't know what would have happened to me if you hadn't brought me in. The mark. Looks like it might be my only way out.
Sculpture Piece 1. This fragment, found in the office, is made of marble and appears to be ornamental. Looks like I have 3 more pieces to find. Ah, fire extinguisher. Lovely. Well, gee, I wonder where the next ornamental piece could be. As much as I appreciate you highlighting things when the game is quite this dark, it is a little, anticlimactic to be able to see an important item from a distance due to the giant aura it throws up.
Yeah.
It's like drawing a giant arrow pointing to what? Incidentally, it also showed this symbol, meaning that we already knew there would be an enemy in here, even if it hadn't kicked through the door yet. Alright, I did not let go of control, but I suppose we're doing that right now. Oh, are you doing quite alright? Well, the enemy had a moment there. This one appears to be of high quality. Suppose we aren't going back that way. No, we can. Alright then. One could assume we nearly need to complete the design, but are we? Would have assumed something more would have opened up. There we go, you did only need the 3. I just felt like being extra finicky.
This is your last chance to prove yourself to us, kid. Don't let us down. Bring the boy to us.
Stop it! Get out of my head!
Also, it appears the 3rd floor is inaccessible right now. Arbitrary. It is admittedly a little, well, I would never call myself stupid. It is a little irritating and perplexing whenever they throw something that you can actually break at you in the game and expect you to just go, oh, I can't open this, I can't get past this, must find something to destroy this, rather than just going, oh, but I could simply punch it.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same sort of thing where you will find, like, obstacles that you could clearly just hop over, but no, it's impossible.
One must be consistent in their mechanics. At a minimum, you might as well put up, say, just a little... If you're going to have a pop-up when you could open a door or go into cover, why not have a pop-up that goes, you can punch this? It's silly, but otherwise it can be very hard to tell the difference between something that you can and cannot interact with.
Sebastian. And Joseph, too. I dragged you into this. What have I done?
Look, they would have been dragged into this to begin with. Between Sebastian's research and the fact that your employer has already admitted they wish to remove them to the plate, albeit in different words. Visible wall. Well, I suppose we'll have to be concerned about them. Could you not? At least we have a weapon once more. It would have been nice to have that particular explosive there. Well, for better and for worse, we appear to have fallen away from stealth at this point. Much like last time, let's see how long this lasts. Like Julie's stamina, which doesn't last whatsoever. A strange walkway. This does not look like a figure we should be approaching.
Shit! I'm not running this time.
You know, a cover system usually also means you can shoot from cover. It doesn't randomly just have you stand up in the middle of the... Alright. At any time you want to aim, the third time is the charm, at least.
Did Ruvik send you? Well, I hope he gets the message.
Pleasantly cathartic, I suppose, after all she's put us through.
Yeah, that seems entirely fair.
It's a G, E. There we are, Q. Alright, nothing else to note. Into the flash hallway.
Sebastian?
Methinks this might not be Sebastian, I suppose we'll see.
All right. You can do anything to stop this?
Stop! Damn it!
Seemed like a rather sudden transition.
We don't need your excuses, kid. You run because you're weak. You're afraid of us.
Almost as if something went wrong.
Whoa, what the fuck is that?
Granted, I did think they were ahead of us, and I was wondering about her showing up in regards to driving away from the monster.
Can't be.
This thing gonna run?
Only one way to find out.
Shit!
Although it does appear she wasn't quite running away from the thing. We thought she was running away from it.
Fuck this place.
And from Chapter 3, Illusions, to Chapter 4, A Ghost is Born. And a spotlight shining down our neck. Let's see how things go. One bus-based boss light later.
Can you discern between evil and good?
No, no, no!
You could have grabbed that.
Fuck!
Well, just as predicted. This down. At least we still have the hatchet from the last chapter.
I will not be kept here.
Alright, good for you. Why have you decided to make a weird repeating gift projector with your blood cell insect things? How much power do you think Kidman has over this situation?
Maybe I can burn through it.
Alright, we're just actually physically burning it, which should work, given its rook.
Leslie!
Oh, you could get to him, just climb over the rubble.
It's completely impossible. Can't be done.
Perhaps I should try punching the rubble to see if it just crumbles into a fine powder. I say, and she proceeds to kick, not that it matters.
No, don't risk it. Hold on. I think I see another way down. I'll meet you on a lower level.
At least they're all right. Please, just stay out of my way.
Sounds like we've got a good chunk of monsters to deal with on the other side.
After surviving the fire incident and subsequent abuse from his parents, it's a miracle Reuben can function at all. His work comes from a place that isn't motivated by fear or money or social standing. His motives are more pure. I would say that he is obsessed with the chance to relive and remold reality so he can be with her again. His scarring is heavy, both physically and emotionally, but he longs for his lost sister. His love for her borders almost on an incestuous level, but as long as it provides motivation, so be it.
I suppose one might question how much Rubik's transferred from simply trying to regain his lost childhood and sister to simply gaining power. Well, alrighty then. Having fun there, Rubik.
Ruvik's trying to take control of him. Maybe I can stop him.
We seem to have found some of the enemies. You shouldn't have done. Another reason why the lack of ability to use a hatchet as in the main game is, frankly, quite a baffling decision. If you are noticed at any point, you might as well be dead. If you get damaged, you simply can't run from them, and if they notice you, it's not like you'll be able to go into the other room. Because they're going to watch you, even if they haven't seen you. So they'll simply rip you right out of the locker you went to hide. That was just bad thought.
It's questionable.
Some blunt comes right up to me. Miraculously, it doesn't decide to rip me out, although I wonder how much of that is simply blind luck. Unfortunately, apparently taking over Leslie is quite a lengthy process.
He
Evidently.
is my vessel. I am in control.
Was it giving me the robot?
It works. Holy shit. Maybe I can stop Ruvik then.
Can we open this door? No, only fire lives in. One, two, three. Alright. They were hunting with the numbers. 6. Without finding out what a third one is, I'm just going to work through it. Fortunately, I did not have to go very far.
Leslie! Leslie, where are you?
Given how he usually walks and stumbles around, it seems Leslie is a fair bit faster and more athletic than we give him credit for. Ah, lovely, the cat again.
I revisited the Victoriano estate yesterday. It's a vestige, a mere husk of what was bound to be such a home of promise. Mobius reaped nearly everything of value when we took on the research ourselves, but Rubin's notes indicate he was involved in something else. There were plans for another STEM prototype. Data about using receptors to transmit the brain function wirelessly to unaware users. It's borderline parapsychology, but these schematics and the scientific backup provided seems sound. What was he planning to do with such a thing? There's only one way to find out for certain, but I must continue these experiments in private, away from their prying eyes. I will not let them know, lest they take this from me as well.
Even everyone got sucked in. At least we have Cat.
It's true. The cat will never betray us.
Odd place to store a generator. But alright, doesn't seem actually relevant. Food production area, you say? It does not look like it. Let's see if this area seems like actual food production. Looks more like storage and has these things once more. Alright, I can safely say I wasn't expecting two more to simply scramble up. Well, alright. This didn't quite go where I wanted it to, but I suppose I'll have to make do. I thought you could climb. opposed to making a tremendous noise. And a fire extinguisher. Who knew if only there was a way to get to him through this densely packed rubble. Can I open this door? No.
Fuck.
I got an achievement for that.
What was that about?
Interesting.
Saved Sebastian's life in the hotel. This was when the dumbwaiter had simply stopped moving and then started after a while. Lucky him.
Oh god, more of them.
I created this world.
That isn't not alone. Oh, how are you better? And of course there's one right there.
Natural.
You cannot keep me here.
Oh, I see. Well, that worked out. A little bit. Don't worry, I'll aid you in just a moment. Fortunately, they don't seem to realize they can simply crawl through the window. Somehow that ended up being far more serendipitous than it should have been. But I'll take what I can get. Ruvik, you really should consider setting these paintings up somewhere not next to an active fire. Just say.
Leslie, no. Please don't.
I'm not sure how shooting the painting set it on fire, but again, I'll take what I can get.
It's all right. Everything's gonna be fine.
I presume you are not using incendiary rounds.
On the bright side, we have a gun again.
Not safe. Hurry! This way!
No, I believe there is a safe here. Ah, I actually have a number of presses I have to do this in. Here it is. Two scraps to go.
Is it over?
Well, we have two scraps left to go, so not quite.
I hope that bastard doesn't come back. For your sake, Leslie.
Well, doesn't this look familiar?
Leslie can go home? Can take the train all the way home?
No, Leslie. Not today.
You'll protect me?
Yes. That's my job.
Good, good, good. When I get home, they'll be surprised.
That seems fun.
A little concerning.
It's not your fault. I'm sorry.
Stop! You're making a terrible mistake.
You don't understand. You don't know what he'll become.
We know exactly what he'll become. That's why we need him.
You don't understand what Ruvik is after.
Ruvik is a corpse.
He's after Leslie.
And so are we. And you're more afraid of him than us?
Don't patronize
Your
me.
blank slate isn't going to do a whole lot of good if someone else can overwrite
I can't let
it.
him have this boy. Leslie is the only one who can...
Don't do it! Damn it! No!
Unfortunately, we seem to have used all of our bullets. And we're back in Mobius. Once again, at least we have a cat.
Indeed.
Well,
Oh, shit.
one of them randomly
He's
ended up
too
being
far
lucky.
gone. I've got to stop him.
I'm not entirely sure how that coated the back of her head, but alright. It's gone quick enough anyways.
Some weird zombie blood, who knows how it works.
Heaven forbid we pick up the weighty steel pipe. Docked. Well, at least they give up quickly when it comes to crawling. Although I'm not quite sure why this one noticed me to begin with. Nothing of note in there. And can't seem to open either of these doors, so move onward.
answer our questions. What are you afraid of? What could haunt you so? What could you need that only we could be the ones to fill it? Was your waste of life something you wish to return to? Are you not grateful for what we've done for you?
Sir, you appear to be missing the point.
We gave you a new life. Why will you turn your back on us? Why will you not stand with us?
Or to giving an evil laugh also is not helping your case. Giving several more evil laugh outtakes will also not help your case.
What are you saying? This doesn't make you think this is a trustworthy guy.
No! Shut up and get out of the way!
Your entire plan has been ruined and undone. The only thing you would be getting out of this is Ruvik a second time.
The patients are dying when connected to the machine? What are you implying, Jimenez?
After what you did to him, now all of this is just conjecture. But it's as if Ruben's consciousness remains trapped inside STEM, and he's attacking anyone attempting to enter.
This is inexcusable. We need to get around this. We can't have come all this way for nothing.
Ruvik. He was in STEM all along. Well, he's not gonna get me.
It's almost as if you use someone as a wetware, then their brain is inevitably going to be a part of that system. Really, the only thing you're showing is that you are a total and absolute buffoon. Good evening, Gray. Thanks for popping in, Lord dear Prey. I hope you got some good rest.
What makes him special?
Leslie was not always like this. He became catatonic after a traumatic experience as a child. His family was murdered in front of him. The data would suggest that brainwave synchronization with Ruben correlates to specific trauma. In this case, Ruben's own loss of family.
This will not do. We need something else at the core. Something more acceptable to a whole range of people.
I still do not enjoy the fact that the snails do that when you unlock models. That feels like progress. Not that it seems like there's anything of note in this room quite yet.
need someone rational inside STEM. Potentially that person could neutralize Ruben. I mean, Ruvik. With my knowledge of the system, I may be of some...
Absolutely not. We can't afford you complicating this any further. We will prepare one of our own.
Sending someone inexperienced, we can't even be sure they can come back.
Then it will need to be someone expendable.
Expendable. So that's how you see me. And I trusted you.
Further in here yet? No, alrighty. Ah, yes, thank you. It's what I always wanted, the 3 dangling corpses. I'm not entirely sure what purpose that served. I assume I'm gradually corroding this control of the area.
What the hell? Where am I now?
You are in an extremely bad place to be, but at least there's pleasant music.
Sebastian was here?
Lots of boxes around here. And there'll be another safe. Alright then. Diagonal cross, one missing there. It's a bit off, but... interesting place for a hiding hole. And I get turned around and it's empty behind it. It does bother me that we saw that code, but we didn't see a safe, so I am going to check real quick just because I don't want to go through the entirety of a chapter first. Granted, if I want to get all the collectibles, I'm probably going to have to do that to begin with, but... Yes, I was right. There is a safe back there. Haven't noticed how I didn't see it. Yes. About 5 minutes ago, shouldn't be losing any progress. And another axe, in case I didn't know. And here it is. I cannot. I'm fairly certain that was a combination, unless it changed when loading up the save.
I do not remember at all.
Yes, it did change completely. This.
Unfortunate.
I then proceeded to completely forget what it was. One up, then diagonal. One to the right and one above. There we are.
Sebastian was here?
How polite of Sebastian to open the door for us. I would not be surprised if there was a snail buried in here, but that is a hunt for another day.
Do whatever you want. You're not gonna
To be honest, I thought I was going to be an explosive, but they could have made it.
All right, enough of this shit.
Well, on one hand, sure. On the other hand, you completely lack ammunition, and why did I waste our hatchet? And now we have ammunition. See nothing else of value. Well, there is whatever lies in here. I'm not sure why there needed to be a room to hide in, but alright. That ammunition, that's actually. Alright. There's no snail in this vent this time. It's just a long vent to waste your time for some reason.
Gotta pad out DLC somehow.
Why is it the ones that listen to noise that notice me, but the one currently feasting was a little annoying. See, I don't believe we can go this way. No. Sure, now they're triggered by noise and go through the automatic door while I'm in the middle of one of those near instakilograms. How is it that its kick did more damage to me there? Its kick dropped me down to one sliver of health. Into the blood pit. Thank you. Well, I suppose I can add the game bringing me out of a grand cutscene and either throwing my aim far to the right or somehow clipping the shotgun through someone's head is a new way to die in here.
You need...
And somehow none of these have given me the achievement for killing a regular enemy with one of those. Thank you for waiting a moment before attempting to kill me.
It's very considerate.
hello, you're an enemy type I was expecting to see. Great. I'm so enthused that a regular combat is back. Turning before you properly gone up is a good way to tell me that you are still alive. How did I not take damage? I was going to be very upset if there wasn't anything worthwhile past this thing. I'll take it. Alright, whatever we've been thrust into, I can safely say I was not expecting it.
Very disappointing, kid. Such a simple mission, but still, you act out. Thankfully for us, there's always a backup plan. Not everything we give you is for your benefit.
The infusion.
What did you put in me?
We needed to know if one of us could survive in the system. But we're not about to risk anyone of value. You were sent to carry us in with you. So here I am.
No. It's Ruvik. He's making all of this.
Risk anyone of value, how rude.
The more you talk like this, again, the less you're likely to get anyone to actually help you. Delightful of you have a cat. Alright, and this isn't exactly the best cat petting music, but I do need to run to the restroom. So I'm going to leave it here.
That's fair.
I'll see you all of you in about 3 to 4 minutes.
Uh-huh.
I return.
I'll come back.
Such calm, soothing music.
Indeed. Ideal cat petting soundtrack.
You gave yourself to us. You made the choice of your own free will. We were the only ones who cared. The ones who took you from your useless life. We gave you a reason to exist. And how do you thank us? By destroying our work? Where will you go when you leave us, kid? Who will have you? Why would you abandon the cause? Who are you trying to save? A world that didn't care about you in the first place.
If you're only going to have one of the dials do any sort of rotation where the other dial rotates, why even have that as an aspect of the puzzle at all? Alright, time to break out the controller, as this letter does not read itself. This machine, this system, was reborn inside, and I will be reborn again. For every person STEM touches, a seed of myself will be within them. Piece by piece, I will corrupt you, consume you. I envision a world where a mere glance of the eye will allow me to spread on to the next. As Zuzu said, I am a ghost, but now I have a vessel in all of you. The man from Mobius, he entered here lusting for some sort of power long ago. As for you, kid, even if you happen to escape, I will leave my mark on you as I did to him. Which would also imply that he's been in here at least once before, despite his claims.
Yeah.
This ends here.
They're coming for me. I don't know how, but they know everything. They even know about Leslie. There's no use hiding this anymore. I'll enter the system, and my return will be proof that all of this was worth it. I can, of course, convince them that it wasn't for me. It was for their goals. There are just the final tweaks left. Once I finish, I will put Leslie in the stem with myself and activate it. The wireless signal should ring out in the near distance. I can't speak for those unfortunate to be around, but like I always said, the ends will justify the means. Finally, Mobius will see that I am one of their chosen ones. Reuben is but a ghost. I am their savior. Their plan is nothing without me.
Unfortunately, that didn't quite work out for you either. Not to mention, having it so that it only worked with you was a bit of a downfall to your alleged predecessor. Some more ammunition over there. Given that seems things keep spawning, this was an unfortunate choice. The ammunition does respawn like a trap. Well.
You won't answer our questions. Is it out of fear? Fear is such a subtle thing. But when one experiences true fear, is when they can be controlled. They can be molded. STEM is an abortion, a machine designed on the premise of fear. But in a sense, it is perfect for what we hope to achieve. You will be the first. You will bow under this fear, or you will die. You will serve as an example for what we will become.
Leslie, wait! Don't go in there!
This is me. I'm connected. Just like everyone else. I'm getting out of here.
Unfortunately, no option to simply grab Rubik's vein and smash into the floor.
Truly tragic.
Sebastian, get away from him. Sebastian, listen to me. Stop. Your interests are the same as ours.
Look, I get it. You're not just some rookie detective, and this is not just some ordinary kid. You killed Joseph and you shot me. So right at this moment, that's enough reason for me not to trust you.
You're a good man.
Well, firstly, she shot you in self-defense, and Joseph jumped in front of Leslie. That was completely accidental. Secondly, kid, the gun you're holding out right now as if to potentially shoot something, it has no bullets.
He can't be allowed to live.
Bullshit. It's Ruvik. He's the one that... Leslie, stop! Leslie!
You failed. We gave you an order and you failed.
No. None of this is real. You aren't real.
You want to believe that, but I'm right here. I've been with you this whole time.
This world is a nightmare. But I'm not afraid of you anymore.
That just shows how little you understand. You should be very afraid. We have you, kid. And you know the consequences for failure. We won't let you just leave us. You fulfilled what little use you have. This world is a prison for you to rot in.
Fuck you. I've had enough of this. I'll kill you right here.
Fair enough. Well, evidently, we are the just quite flashlighted. We can, however, simply shoot him. I don't think he was expecting that.
Look like to you.
That's the most unexpected strategy done.
What were you grabbing at? Exactly. Why bother wasting ammunition on Biggs when I can wait for him to attempt to turn around us? I see a sad, pathetic little man.
You've always been a fool. You're a fool to try and fight us, Kidman.
Grab the ammunition, please. Thank you.
You're going to die, kid.
Moving before quicker will not allow you to dodge bullets. It will in fact cause you to run into this. Kind of have to wait for us.
It's a shame you'll never see what we accomplished. You think you can run, but you're ours.
Anything else left to say? No. Consider this my resignation.
Well, that was a long time coming.
Oh, and the cat brought us a gift. We still had shotgun ammunition, so a bit of moot point. Still.
No, a very good kidding.
You think you've won, but have you? You don't know anything. I am with you. I will always be with you now.
You don't know me. I'm stronger than you think.
Anything else? No. Well, alright.
Are you sure enough in yourself? Sure enough to face the responsibilities of your actions?
How the hell?
Agent Kidman, we've got him from here.
How long has it been?
37 minutes since the first pulse.
How did we get here?
What are you talking about?
Just give me a minute. I need to get my head straight.
Myra! We need you back here.
All right.
Myra, you
But
say.
we've got word he wants a debriefing as soon as you get back.
Myra. failed, but they didn't count on you. I owe you one. Welcome back to the real world, Sebastian. I hope you find what you're looking for. Leave that one. And those two. They're not going anywhere.
No one is.
It does quite seem like his wife is tied up in things. Just a little tighter than he would have expected. That does raise questions of how she got that, even if your mind does make it a reality. But that was the consequence. Which, in addition to the assignment, it really shows us duly hidden inside of the thing. And will likely quite neatly tie into the sequel. Of course.
Played the sequel? Because I know you had played this before.
I have not played the sequel, nor have I actually played the assignment or the consequence before.
Oh, okay. I knew you played the game proper, and then...
Yes. But not Evil Within 2. Although we're going to wait until October to stream through that. In the meanwhile, as for the last of the 3 DLCs for the original Evil Within, that will wait until next week. Not quite long. Hopefully that should only take one more session, and then we'll likely get back to Ace Attorney.
Dropped and lost, walking a tightrope bound to slip.
The executioner is in a bit of a change of pace, but you'll see that when we get there.
Something's got to give in. Can lose control. Remember to focus, so I can find my. Bring to the street, long way down, suffocating endless dream, long way down, long way down, long way.
So what I'm hearing is that it's a long way down.
I'd assume.
Don't give up the light, using every last breath, escaping the long way down.
Honestly, while I don't not enjoy it, and I would suggest that people at least watch through the games for their story, at least in regards to the first game, I'm not entirely sure I could recommend it.
Yeah, I had heard before all of this that 2 is supposed to be regarded a lot better.
Fingers crossed, I suppose. A lot of good ideas, just not the best execution. Speaking of, that was not how you insert a second song into the credits to fill in empty space.
I mean, are you sure?
I'm fairly certain. Sebastian under Ruvik's control. Despite his efforts, even Sebastian succumbed to Ruvik's influence inside STEM. Luckily, and with precise aim, Kidman was able to save him from Ruvik's grasp. This is such a slow turn. Obviously there are more models, but we aren't going to be getting those on stream.
Fair.
At any rate, with that out of the way, we are at the end of the stream. I do thank everyone for coming, both those who lurk to watch this in the future, and those who have been here in the past. Ray popping in, Theo possibly lurking, my dear Lily here with us.
I did see Theo was showing as in the chat, even though he didn't say anything.
So it goes. Again, there aren't really any announcements. Next Monday, Atom should be continuing the Coffin of Andy and Lily with Lily here. On Tuesday, you should also be continuing the Chamber of Secrets, and of course, we will be back next Wednesday with the Executioner, that's so that we can wrap up the evil within.
Yep.
With that all out of the way, again, thank all of you, please stay safe and please stay well. Good evening.